Hello everyone, welcome to episode 6 of the Salapaloosa Knits videocast. My name is Elizabeth and I'm coming to you from the beautiful city of Bergen in Norway, where I live with my wonderful boyfriend and where all the knitting and crafting happens. If you are a new viewer, thank you so much for stopping by and for spending a little bit of your time with me and giving my videocast a chance. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. I really appreciate it. If you want to get in touch with me, I am Salapaloosa Knits on Instagram. I am Salapaloosa on Ravelry. And if you have any questions or inquiries, feel free to pop me an email at salapaloosanknits@gmail.com. Alrighty, grab your knitting, I'll have a sip of coffee and we'll jump right into it. So in the last episode I talked a little bit about a sweater that I was working on and super excited about and really wanting to finish it for this week, and guess what? I did. So we have a finished object this week, we have a review and we have some works in progress. I have a new whip and yes, it's gonna be a good show. Buckle up. Alright, so I'm just gonna start off with the finished object, and if you can guess, I'm sure you can, it is the Pikekyssgenser or the Pikekyssjumper, and it is by Ane-Karine and on Instagram, and I'm just going to show you because it's so gorgeous. As I'm showing this off, I feel like I should sing that graduation song or something. That feels very suitable. Alright, look at that bow and this gorgeous split in the back. Alright. So, this gorgeousness is knit in Drops Air, and it is in the navy blue colour. It's also called Mix number 9, I believe, and I have knit this on my Knitpro karbonz in the 4.5 and the 5mm needles, and I mean, look at that. One more time for the crowd in the back. Look at that! I am so happy about this sweater. I have been wearing it so much already. It's basically become my go-to sweater, and it's been really chilly here, and the autumn air has finally arrived. It's really nippy and frosty, and well, not really frosty, but I can feel the cold nipping on my ears or something like that. Anyways, the pattern is so good. I worked on the test knit version, and so this adult mysize sweater has not been released yet, but the kids version of the sweater, which I have also been fortunate enough to knit, that is published and it is on Ravelry, so you should definitely go and check it out. I will link to it in the show notes. And yes, the pattern is really good. I worked on the Norwegian version of the pattern. I think that she will probably translate it so that it will be available for all you lovely English speaking knitters. I feel like I'm just at a loss for words, really, because I really love this sweater. It's, like I said, it's knit out of Drops Air, which makes it super lightweight and so easy to wear, and it's quite bulky, but at the same time it's so light that you don't really feel like you are drowning in it. And it is a little bit oversized, but again, not too much. It's just beautiful, really, and I love the way it looks, I love the way it fits, I love the way it feels, I love everything about it. So if you didn't see that, it's got this really sweet lace paneling in the front, and it's got the same pattern on the top of the arms right here. Hopefully you can see that. And it's got this lovely split in the back, in the neck, and it's tied off with this lovely little bow right here. And it is just so charming. I really, really, really like it. I'm so pleased with it. Oh, I knit the extra small size, and like I said, it is quite oversized. Well, it's a little bit oversized, so it's loose fitting and it's just lovely, really. I absolutely recommend this pattern, and I think that if you are a beginner knitter, you will also be quite well guided through the pattern. It's very thorough, it's very detailed and precise, it's clear. Yes, it's just wonderful. Knit this sweater if you need a new sweater, or if you just want one, or if you want to knit it for someone that you love, or someone that you don't love, I guess, but that will be a little bit wasteful. I'm a big fan of knitting for knit-worthy people. Yeah, I guess you could say that everyone is knit-worthy, but not really. If they're not going to use it, if they don't appreciate the time behind it and the work you put into it, I'm not going to knit for them. That's just the way I choose to do it. If you want to knit for someone you don't like, feel free to. That is your prerogative, but I won't. All right, so enough about me blabbering on. A little bit more coffee and I will show you some really juicy goodness, cabley goodness. All right, so if you have watched my previous episodes, you will have seen or heard me talk about a sweater, a jumper that is just, it's taking forever and it is entirely cabled. It is so beautiful and I know that I will love wearing it once it's finished. I actually really like cables, but this project has just really been tearing on my last nerves and I really want to get it finished. I feel like it's mocking me for taking so long to work on it. And I am giving in and I have been working on it. Yes, I will show you what I have been up to and I will show you the sweater, how it's going to look. So this is the jumper in question. Look at that cabley goodness. I will show you another picture as well. Look at this. Look at that. I mean, it is just stunning and also very cabley. So that's going to be intense. And it really has been. So the last time that I showed this to you, I had finished the entire front piece and I had started on the back piece and I had gotten to this little hamburger right there. This is the Stitchmarker by 4 Seasons, I think. I will link it on Etsy. Anyways, I had done this and then this is actually just 2 days of knitting. I grabbed it and I thought, let's see how fast I can actually knit this up. So, lo and behold, I did the entire back piece. It's finished. The back piece is finished. I'm so pleased. Oh, look at it one more time. Oh, I absolutely love the way that it knit up. I love the way it looks. I think that this is going to be the most epic sweater of all time. This really is my magnum opus when it comes to knitting, my masterpiece. I think that, yeah, if I end up not wearing it, I will just frame it and put it on the wall and look at it forever. I'm never ever throwing this away, and if anything would happen to it, I would be heartbroken, because my goodness, all the work that's in this sweater is just ridiculous. And like I said, this last part here, this is almost the entire back piece. It's at least, let me look at that. It's at least 2/3 of it, almost, I'd say 3/4 of it, that I knit up in 2 days. 2 days. Now, granted, that was a lot of knitting in those 2 days. I had 2 days off and I knit up a storm, really. And I do have another motivation apart from not wanting to have to look at it in the whip bin, which is that I am doing some traveling in November, and I really wanted to bring this on the trip, and I don't think that it will be possible. It's only a week and a half until I'm leaving, but we'll see. I think I'm gonna try. But you know me, I'm not a very good monogamous knitter. So not only knitting this for, practically at least, only knitting this for 2 days that was a new experience for me, I must say. But yesterday I cast on the first sleeve. So here we are. This is the beginning of the first sleeve, which is probably also going to take forever and ever and ever. I really hate knitting sleeves, but I have been eating a little bit of cake while I knit them and pretending that this is something that I like, trying to squeeze a little bit of positive reinforcement into my sleeve knitting so that I won't hate it as much, pretty much. And also I got quite a good chunk done yesterday because one of my dear friends came over and we knit and ate caramel popcorn and watched Outlander, and that was a really good idea because I just kept on knitting and I didn't even think about how much I hated knitting sleeves because I was so subdued in the Outlander episode, which by the way is so good if you haven't seen it. Oh my goodness. So that's where we are. This is the status report on the Solveig jumper. Did I say what pattern this was? I don't think I did. I just started rambling on. The pattern is in this booklet by Sandnes Yarn, and it is a design collaboration with Hanneli, who, if you don't know, is this super amazingly gorgeous supermodel, and she's also, I think, a rather famous VJ. She was on MTV or something. So unfortunately it's not longer possible to get the pattern, I think. Don't quote me on it, but I have been looking a little bit for it and it hasn't really been that easy. And also the yarn I'm using was a special yarn that was released in what am I looking for? Help me please. It was at least released together with the pattern for this project in particular. And it is also called Hanneli by Sandnes yarn. I'm knitting it in the colour 4109 and it is 100% merino. I know what you're thinking. You're all screaming at the camera right now. What are you doing? Why would you knit your Magnum Opus sweater in 100% merino yarn? That's going to pill like crazy. I know it will. But it's so soft and fluffy and plump, and this is actually the yarn that this pattern was designed for. Now, that may not have been the best of ideas. Did I say that the worst part? It's a one ply. I know, it's a one ply, 100% merino. It's going to be rough, isn't it? Luckily, I have this really great electrical pill remover and it will probably be my best friend. I'll have to name him. Let's think of names for the pill remover. He looks like this. It's by OBH, what is it called? OBH. And it is just this whoopsie basic pill remover. I'm going to have to name him. Any suggestions? I think we'll have to. He will be my best friend once this jumper is finished, if it ever happens. Now, like I said, it's a one ply 100% merino. It looks like this and it is very, very lovely. It is super soft. It is so plump and squishy and it's going to be really warm. Now, you know, the biggest draw to, no, not the biggest draw, it's the biggest, what's wrong with me today? I'm gonna drink some coffee. I'm sorry, guys. I have these brain freezes going every hour. Every hour, what am I doing? Coffee. Coffee, give me strength. Let's do it again. The biggest advantage, there we go, with using a one ply merino yarn for this project is most definitely the stitch definition that you get. I do love a one ply for cables and just really intense patterns. I think that creates the most amazing stitch definition, and for that reason I do think that it's going to be worth it. Hopefully, yeah. So we'll just have to see, I guess. But for now, I am sort of optimistic that I will get this done in time. I knit this sleeve. I knit yesterday, and I also did the last bit of the back piece and the finishing on that. So it doesn't really take too long. It is quite thick. Look at that. It is quite plump, and I am knitting it on my Hiya Hiya sharps. And which size are these? They are quite large. It's the US 7 4.5mm. So it doesn't take too long, really. It's just that, you know, cables. But there was a bit of I had a bit of a revolutionary moment halfway through the back piece. I decided that I would try cabling it without a cable needle. Yes. It's a little bit mental, I know, If it had been a project with only one cable or two cables, I guess it would be alright, but I think that the back piece has 7 different types of cables and then it's mirrored. So just completely cabled. And you know what? It actually went quite a bit faster. And I'm very pleased with that, because being able to knit cables more quickly, that makes me very happy at this point in this project. So if you are confident with knitting with cable needles, I highly recommend testing it, getting comfortable with knitting cables without using cable needles, because if it works for you, it might actually be quite a bit quicker. Now, if you are a beginner knitter, or if you have never used knit cables before, I would probably recommend that you start off with using the cable needles, and then you can branch out from there and get creative. It's like learning to read music before learning to do a jazz impro, or doing classical ballet before jumping into some crazy modern contemporary action. Yeah. So anyways, I am rather motivated to have it finished. I can feel my motivation sinking a little bit for each day, if I'm being totally honest, but I'm gonna try. I'm not giving up just yet. I probably won't give up until I'm on the plane, but we'll see. We'll see. What do you think? Can I knit 2 sleeves in a little bit over a week? It's a lot, but big needles, big yarn, lots of cables, I know, but hey ho, we'll see. Maybe it's going to be all right. More coffee. For my next project that I want to show you, I've actually got a new whip on the needles, and if you have watched my recent episodes, you will know that I finished the wonderful monkey socks pattern that I absolutely loved working on. So of course I had to cast on another pair of socks, like you do, and this time I chose the Wonderland socks pattern. It is a brand new pattern released, I think, this past Friday. Today is the Thursday, the 2nd of November. I think that she released it on Friday. Don't quote me on that. Anyways, it's brand new and it is the Wonderland socks. It is a pattern designed by Tabby from the Hey Sister podcast, and no, Hey Sister podcast, yes, and the Hey Sister Yarn Co. And I'm just going to show you. It's a really lovely and simple, quick knit sock pattern. So here it is. It is knit toe up. It's got this lovely slip stitch in the front and a plain stockinette stitch in the back. And I am really enjoying working on these. I cast them on yesterday or the day before. I think I might have knit the toe 2 days ago, and then I started the pattern yesterday, and I really like working on these. They are just very lovely. I'd say that if you are a sock knitter who is getting a little bit tired of knitting vanilla socks, this is the perfect pattern for you, because there's a little bit of interest there, but it's not overwhelming. You can easily watch TV or do other things while you knit on them, and you can still have that extra focus and energy to do other things while knitting on them, which is just lovely. That's why everyone's got vanilla socks on their needles, right? The yarn I'm using is the this lovely baby right here. Look at these colours. My goodness. This is the Stranded Die Works on the Oasis base, and the colorway name, you can't see that. Can you? No, I'm just waving it in front of the camera. Sorry about that. Here's the right one. Sorry, Amy. Here we go. Stranded Die Works, great yarn and fibre dyed in Great Britain. If you haven't checked out their yarn, you absolutely have to. It's strandeddieworks.co.uk. The dye behind it is Amy Edwards Green, who is also the host of this Stranded podcast, which is so good. And this is the Frostbite colorway. It's on her Oasis base, which is a 75-25, yes, a 75-25 superwash merino nylon blend. And I think that it works so well with this pattern. If you have an extra skein of speckly yarn lying around and yeah, if you need a project to cast it, I'm getting tongue-tied all over today. If you have a single skein of speckly sock yarn, this is a really good project for it. Look at the way that the speckles work with this stitch. I think that it is really lovely, and yes, hurrah for speckled yarn and this pattern. It's very enjoyable, and it's not hand holding, so if you want to learn how to knit a sock, this is not the pattern you would use for that. But if you know how to knit socks, then it is very well written and very clear, and it's got good instructions, and the pattern itself is just so easily memorable. You can just read through it once and then you basically know how to knit the entire sock, and that is quite enjoyable, and I'm pretty certain that I will knit more of these after I'm finished. Now, for the contrasting color that I used for the toe, I used this skein that I just found in my bin. It's called Silja sock yarn, and it is a 80-20 superwash wool and nylon, and it is a oh, here we go, it's by Gjesdal. Yes, and I just really love that burgundy sort of color with this bright blue. I think that is just lovely, and yeah, super pleased with the way it's knitting up. I've been knitting a lot of cuff down socks lately, and I'd almost forgotten how much I enjoy knitting toe-up socks, so thank you so much, Tabby, for reminding me of that. Very enjoyable indeed. I'm knitting this on the Hiya Hiya sharp needles. It's on the size 0 needle, which is metric 2mm, and this sock pattern is knit for a afterthought heel, which I have never done before, so that's very exciting, and I can't wait to get into that. Yes, I think that's it. One more time, the Wonderland socks by the very charming Tabby of the Oasis Yarn Co. and the Oasis the podcast. This pattern is released and ready and available on Ravelry. So if you're looking for a sort of vanilla-ish type of sock, this is a very good choice, I'd say. For the next segment, we have a review, and it is for the book by Lalylala, her new crochet book, and it is called Beetles, Bugs and Butterflies, a crochet story of tiny creatures and big dreams. and it is published by Sue & Sew, and the wonderful creator of the Lalylala brand is Lydia Trezelt. And if you haven't heard about Lalylala before, I highly recommend you to stop by their Instagram and their Etsy store, which is just overflowing with incredibly charming creatures and patterns. And yes, I am a big fan. I guess I should state that up front. Yes, I am a fan, and watching her Instagram and her patterns that is out on Etsy already, I felt like I would probably enjoy this book immensely, and boy did I. It is so charming. Now the way that this is made is that for about, I'd say a third, or maybe a little bit more as well, for about a third of the book there is this adorable little story, and it incorporates the pattern for a lot of the bugs and butterflies and beetles that you get in the pattern section, but there is this lovely story in the front that is just really sweet, and it would be such a lovely way to teach your children about, you know, metamorphosis and different facts about little critters, and then you can make the lovely patterns in the back. And yeah, I think that this is just, it's so charming. If you're not if you're a brand new crocheter, this is not a learn to crochet book, but if you know the absolute basics, that's all you're going to need, because she really does do a great job of walking you through the rest. And there is a lot of techniques here, basically everything you need to know apart from the absolute basics. And just the photography as well is just so charming. Look at this. Don't you just want to grab a crochet hook and some yarn and get on with it? And the patterns are just adorable. Look at this guy. And I really want to make a lot of them. It's just so adorable. The way the pictures are placed, it's a little bit hard to show off any of the pictures without giving away the secret sauce for the recipes, but I'm going to try a couple more. Like I said, it's just actually adorable. You can see a couple more in the back as well. And it's got these little cocoons that you can make, and it's just adorable. Different wings, you can make them with antennas, and the way that they are constructed is quite genius, and it just really got my creative juices flowing, and I really want to make every single piece in this book. It retails for $16.99 UK and $24.99 US and $30.99 Canadian dollars, and I think that that is excellent value for this book. I think that it is just the perfect addition to your bookshelf if you are a crocheter, if you like to do amigurumis and tiny lovely charming creatures and stuff like that, or if you want to get into knitting those little creatures, because it really does provide a very simple guide to how to do the different things. It's very clear and very simple, and I think that it is very well written. And you know, with Christmas coming up, I would definitely put this on my list for Santa Claus, or on my gift list for someone that loves crochet, or for someone who would be charmed by these little critters. And yes, I'd say that for me this is a definite thumbs up. I would definitely buy it again, and I would definitely buy it for someone that I love. Yes, absolutely. Go get it. I do have some acquisitions to share with you guys this week, and I have a couple of acquisitions that I'm super excited about. And to start off, I'm going to show you a couple of stitch markers that arrived the past week, just in time for Halloween, which is perfect. And I have talked about these before. It is by Jiggles and Beans on Etsy, and I highly recommend their stitch markers. These are polymer clay stitch markers made by the lovely Diane, and I got a glow-in-the-dark vampire. Look at him, it's like a little vampire popsicle with his little fangs, and he absolutely glows in the dark. It is so charming, and he arrived just in time for Halloween, which was great. And I put him on the back piece of my Solveig sweater, or my Solveig jumper. I'm not sure what they called it in English, but it's a jumper anyways. My Solveig jumper, and that was probably the reason why I zoomed through it. Because look at that little guy. Oh, you need to get his little face on there. How can you not smile when you look at that? I love him so much. He's adorable. And last but not least, and equally adorable, I got 2 peas in a pod. Look at those. Look at those little faces. They look like they are very happy and a little bit surprised, and also like, don't eat me. I think that these are so adorable. They are really well made and very detailed. They're quite lightweight, which is great when you're hanging them on your knitting. And oh, I love my little Jiggles and Beans stitch markers. I think my collection is probably up to 5 now. 5 Jiggles and Beans stitch markers, which is a lot of fun. Yeah, I love them. I think that they are so adorable. They have the Etsy store, etsy.com /shop/Jiggles and Beans, and I will put that down in the doobly-doo. And yes, go and check them out. They are so well made, and I'm just going to show you one more time, just because look at these faces. Look at these faces. Come on. You need these. You know you do. Go and get them. I'm going to enable you. That's what I do. Go get them. Go support Diane. She's wonderful. Alrighty. You want to see some yarn? Of course you do. I'm going to show you. This is, I don't even know where to begin. I literally squealed when I opened this package. This is the happiest happy mail I have gotten in quite a while. And it is by Birdstreet UK. You should follow them on Instagram and on Etsy, because they do regular updates and all of their yarn is exquisite. And I've already checked when the next shop update is going to be, and I will definitely, without a doubt, get some more of their yarn. It is Ooh, it is amazing. It's amazing. Okay, so this is Mr. B, and it's called Arendale. Okay, are you ready? You need to sit down if you're not sitting down. This is an official Salapaloosa warning. This is so beautiful, it will knock you off your feet if you're not sitting down. Okay, are you sitting? Here we go. Are you seeing this? Can you see how amazing this is? Look at these colours. I'm undressing it a little bit. Naked skein happening. Look at this. It's this amazing mauvey sort of colour with amazing deep blue speckles. And look at this. What? Look at this amazing burst of yellow in here. What? How amazing is that? Do you see how beautiful this is? Look, it's just this incredible explosion of colour when you go searching in here. I am so excited about this skein. I'm out of words. I love these colours so much. I love this skein. It is a 75-25 superwash merino nylon. It's 425 meters. It's called Arendale, and I'm just floored with this. I think that this is just amazing, and I feel like it's not even coming through on the camera, just the intense colours on this. And I don't even know how to explain it, because it's sort of, they are muted colours, but at the same time they are sort of bright and clear and just so lovely. They are so lovely. I have no idea what to do with this. I feel like I just have to have it and look at it and admire it. It's stunning. It really is. And this would be the most amazing sweater. I'd only have one skein though, so yeah. Should I knit a shawl? Should I knit some socks? Should I just keep it on my bedside table and look at it in the first thing in the morning? I don't know. I'm just ranting here, but you guys, Birdstreet UK, amazing yarn, and they have several skeins that I have been drooling all over, and I really want to get some more of their yarn, and I probably will, because I know they're having a shop update later this week, and I will get it. I'm sure I will get something. One more time, look at it. Look at that. I know. It's called Arendale. Arendale. Write it down. All right. Now the next skein that I want to show you is also a lot of fun. This is by Mothy and the Squid. Look at that lovely squid right there. And it's called Bad Ballerina. Now you don't know this, but I used to be a dancer, and I did classical ballet for 16 years. Yes, for 16 years. So, you know, it was hilarious, and this really spoke to me, and I had to get it. It is this lovely bright pink skein on with silver stellina. I hope you can see the lovely sparkly goodness in here. It's gorgeous, I love it. I hope you can see some of the sparkle, because it really is lovely and sparkly, and it's got purples and bright pinks and this sort of fuchsia colour, and it's lovely. It's called Bad Ballerina. I had to have it, and on it was also this lovely little stitch marker. No, that doesn't show. This lovely little stitch marker here. You can't see it, or if you don't know what that is, those are ballet slippers, and I think that's just such a nice touch. It is the 75-25 superwash merino nylon. No, that's not right, I'm sorry. It is 75 superwash merino, 20% nylon and 5% stellina, and it is 400 meters in 100 grams skein. Yes, Mothy and the Squid. It doesn't really need much explanation. It's bright pink, it's stellina, it's called Bad Ballerina. What else do you need to know? It's lovely, it's really soft. I think this will most definitely be some just glorious ballerina socks, most definitely. I feel like it's looking a little bit purple on camera, and there is quite a bit of purple speckles in here, but it is mostly this bright pink fuchsia. So hopefully you can see that. Yeah, Mothy and the Squid, Bad Ballerina. Need I say more? I don't think so. All right. Yes. You know what? I think that is actually it for the knitting content this week. I think that I should wrap it up because I'm starting to ramble and get all tongue-tied, and my throat is getting a little dry. I should drink some coffee. Good idea. Yes, just one more sip. Yeah, all right. Not so good when it's cold. Blah, blah. Yes, so should talk a little bit about my week, I guess. I haven't got anything super exciting to share with you guys. We went out for dinner last weekend to celebrate my mother-in-law's birthday, and it was really lovely. We went to a restaurant here in Bergen called Bare, which basically means only restaurant or something like that. And yes, it was amazing. It's my favorite restaurant in Bergen. So if you're ever here, if you are a bit of a foodie and you like some fine dining, then that I highly recommend it. You need to book your table a bit in advance probably, but if you know you're coming here, you should definitely do that. The food was spectacular. The staff was wonderful, and it was just a lovely evening, really. So that was the weekend. No, that was on Friday. The weekend I was working, and yeah, nothing interesting to say about that. This has been quite a quiet week. I've been working a few days. I've had a few days off. I've done a lot of knitting, which is always great. This morning was just so wonderful. I just rolled out of bed. I made the bed. I'm a bit of a stickler about that. That's the first thing I do. But I did make the bed, and then I just strolled into the living room and grabbed my knitting and a cookie. No, 2 cookies. My knitting and 2 cookies. And I went into the kitchen and I woke up my Nespresso machine, and I just sat at the kitchen table and I knit and listened to podcasts and had my morning coffee, and it was just so tranquil and soothing and lovely, and such a good way to start up the morning. It is early afternoon right now, and yes, hopefully I will edit this tonight and I will get this out for you tomorrow. I am heading out to meet a friend of mine for some coffee in half an hour. I need to be there in half an hour, so I should probably wrap this up real soon. Yes, I've been watching Outlander. The final season is, it's so good, and I just watched episode 6 and episode 7, and episode 6 is, I won't get into the details if you haven't gotten there yet. Don't worry, no spoilers. But if you have seen it, you know what I mean. That was quite an episode. It's such a good show if you haven't watched it. I didn't actually like it that much first time around when I started watching it, but I came back to it and then I just loved it. So give it a go. Try a couple of episodes. If you still don't like it, don't bother. It's not worth your time, but it's really good. I love it. And yes, it's definitely not for children. So make sure you watch it accordingly. I've also started we started the season 2 of the, what's it called? Stranger Things. Yes, of Stranger Things, and we've actually only seen the first episode. So I can't wait to get back into that. But my boyfriend is not home this week. He is traveling a little bit because of work, and yeah, so I really want to watch it with him, so I haven't been watching it, and he's coming home tomorrow, so hopefully we'll binge a little bit. That would be great over the weekend. I am working over the weekend, but I do have a couple of hours off here and there, so we'll see. Also, I am, like I've mentioned, we are going to do some traveling in November. We have a little bit of holiday time, and so we are heading to Paris, which is going to be just amazing. I can't wait. And then we are going on a trip to London after that. And yes, if you have any tips at all, please do let me know. Be that knitting or yarn stores, or you know, where to get the best croissants or whatever it is. Any Paris tips especially, I would highly appreciate. London as well, although we have been to London quite a few times. We usually go there every year, so that's more like home to me. But Paris is new, so any tips will be highly appreciated. I'm just planning on eating tons of croissants because they have these amazing croissants with this almond paste filling. It's like macaron filling almost, and they are my favorite, and I will probably just go mental and eat croissants all day. So do let me know if you have any good tips. I will probably gain 10 pounds in croissants alone, but you know, winter is coming, so it's okay. You know, you need to get ready for hibernation or something. Hey ho, whatever. Yeah, what else do I have to say about that? I was thinking that I will definitely go to Loop when I'm in London, and I will definitely go to La Bien-Aimée in Paris, and I am so excited about that. I love their yarn. Yes, so that's that. What else don't think there is anything else really. I just, yes, I'll be working along on my sleeves for my Solveig cable jumper, just sleeving away. And yeah, hopefully when I pair it with watching some shows, then they will get finished. I really hope so, and I will keep you posted. Yes, I guess that's that for this week. Thank you so much for sticking with me and for watching the episode. Do feel free to subscribe and like my videos, and come follow me on Instagram. I'm Salapaloosa Knits, and yes, I hope you all have a lovely knitty week, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Goodbye.